But just when they thought they could escape the danger, little did they know a rhinoceros was slowly approaching them, and at this moment, they were completely unaware of it.
The next second, the rhino suddenly launched an attack on them, taking the man to 10,000 meters high, opened its small mouth and swallowed him directly, then launched another attack on them. In the critical moment, Brother Chang picked up a paddle and counterattacked, directly thrusting it into the rhino's throat. Seeing this, the two hurriedly left the troubled place. Meanwhile, on the other side, Xiao Mei had just returned home, and suddenly discovered that the boy had been bitten by Peppa into a honeycomb. The terrifying scene scared Xiao Mei into running away, and she quickly found a room to hide in. However, Peppa couldn't let go of the easy prey and immediately started searching around the room. Seeing this, Xiao Mei quickly launched a counterattack. Using an electric baton, he turned Peppa into roast suckling pig. Although he successfully took down the opponent, his own arm was also accidentally attacked. Before he could react, he heard Black Sisters shout. When he opened the door, he discovered that a porcupine was gnawing on a colleague. To save the colleague, the woman didn't think twice, and grabbed a tissue to cushion her hand before reaching for the porcupine. Although the porcupine was pulled off, by this time the colleague's face had already been eaten by the porcupine. Seeing this terrifying scene, the two were immediately frightened. Soon, the office returned to calm. It was then that the woman was told the truth by her colleague. She was an employee of a biopharmaceutical company, and during experiments on wild animals, she accidentally injected the zombie virus into an animal, which led to the infection of animals throughout the reserve, turning them into zombie animals. After saying all this, the black woman stated that she could formulate a cure, but the condition was to release her first. The woman had no choice but to trust her, because if the virus spread, it would mean the end of humanity. After 2.5 years of research, the black woman finally developed a few versions. They then found a crocodile to experiment on, and once the crocodile was injected with the antidote, it immediately calmed down, indicating that the antidote had worked. At this moment, the two people being chased by the hippo also reached the shore, just as they were about to be eaten by the hippo. Fortunately, the black woman shot a few times in time, and the two narrowly escaped with their lives. Just as they were celebrating their survival, another unexpected event occurred. The hippo and crocodile that had just been injected with the antidote became even more agitated. Now, this was a big problem. A strange sound suddenly came from behind, and before the man could react, a zombie crocodile leapt out of the toilet. Terrified, the man hurriedly opened the steel door and ran out. Seeing the suddenly appearing crocodile, everyone was instantly frightened. It turned out that the antidote they injected had not worked. Instead, it made them even more frenzied. At this moment, the black woman told everyone that for the antidote to be effective, it must first be injected into a human body and then spread to the animals. To get the antidote, the black woman quickly rushed to the laboratory, but unexpectedly was tripped by a crocodile and then bitten tightly. A companion tried to pull her out, but no matter how hard they tried, it was ineffective. Fortunately, another companion picked up a fire extinguisher and hit the zombie crocodile a few times. Although the zombie crocodile was dealt with, at this point, the woman showed no signs of life. Just as the group was engulfed in sadness, the sound of a helicopter suddenly came from outside. It turned out the rescue team had arrived, but at that moment, a zombie tiger was quietly approaching, and before anyone could warn them, the pilot was eaten by the zombie tiger, extinguishing their only hope of escape. What made them even more desperate was that all the zombie animals in the reserve were now gathering here, heading straight for their laboratory. The group, terrified, quickly hid inside the laboratory. After some discussion, they decided to inject the antidote into their own bodies, so that even if they were eaten, they could save these poor animals. To minimize sacrifice, a poacher nearby grabbed the antidote and injected it into himself without a word. Since this disaster was caused by him, he had to resolve it himself. In order to attract all the zombie animals, the woman thought of a good idea, which is to spray herself with a scent that animals like, so that they would all be attracted. Once everything was ready, the poacher rode out on a motorcycle. As expected, the animals, attracted by the scent, started chasing him, while the two took the opportunity to get on the helicopter and flew away. The animals that ate the poacher were also cured by the antidote on him, thus finally resolving the crisis.